What's up guys, Jivan back with another video. You may have seen on my main channel that I posted our FNCS Qualifier 2 Best Moments highlights. But I left out the bad games, and so in this video, I'm going to be going over every mistake we made in FNCS Qualifier 2. This will be a straight to the point VOD review video. Maybe you'll learn something new about the game, learn how to VOD review, all that stuff. Let's hop right into it. Starting with game 1 of round 1. Rody and I were sprint rotating across the zone and it was great. But Rody got cut off from the right here, and they got double edits on him from above. They double pumped him and killed him so fast, I don't think there was much I could do to help him there. Later on in the game though, when I was a solo, I go to tunnel forward because the zone was on my back, but I was moving really slow. I could have easily sprint rotated across the zone, or if I'm going to slow tunnel like that, I need to block all of my sides. So either sprint to front or block all my angles. That's the mistake there. Game 2 was an off-spawn fight where I messed up power positions. I get an AR here, so I should be playing from far away. They're both on Cole, and so I'm trying to get in a position where I can help him. He hits the web and creates distance from them. Obviously, they're going to chase him and hit the web as well. So if I just got a position on the bridge to overlook them while they were fighting, I probably could have killed both of them easily. But what I did here was just draw them close to us, and we had an up-close battle with far-range guns. So right here, we're griefing people from the Fortress Cannon. We have these guys so weak. What we need to do in this situation is just cannon on them. We'll get all those kills so freely. Nobody else was shooting at them. It was just us, so nobody else was looking there. Would have been free. But instead, somebody actually comes over and tries to use the cannon to get across the map. I break the cannon before his teammate can use it, so then it's a 1v2. Pretty smart play, but then we get third-partied by TK and I think Playify. Two insane pros. We were just lingering on top of the fortress for too long, kind of messing around. We needed to regather ourselves, make a play, maybe get together, just box up. We were playing risky here. Next game was actually a really good game. We made it to Endgame, we were getting refreshes, we were trying to get repositioned and healthy again. Eventually, we get to a position where we can shield keg, get healthy, and then start cooking again in Endgame. When we push out here, we see this solo on the right side of zone, and Cole cracks him, gets him weak. I full piece him, and it just went downhill. We took too long to clean up this fight. If it's not cleaned up instantly, we need to keep on rotating ahead. Because we're on low ground, there's always going to be third parties jumping in, and that's exactly what happened. If you ever find yourself all the way on low ground in an FNCS lobby, just know there's a lot of other people playing for that positioning, so you need to stay ahead while you can. That's what's gonna win you the game, get you free refreshes. Yeah. So this game was ironic as heck, bro. Listen to these comms. Yo, we could go for Panda, it's on the kids next to us.
They're established. They're established.
Okay.
Actually, they're on us. They're on us.
Yep.
They were 3 edits on us.
So this was like an eat or be eaten type situation. We had an opportunity to do the same thing that they did to us to them, and we didn't. But that doesn't mean we had to go for a play on them. The only thing is, if we're not going to go for that pre-edit play on them, we just need to create more distance, because if we're one box over, they're always going to try to fight that. Anytime you see a team one over like that, either push them or create distance. Those are your two options. So this next game, if you're going for a launch pad like this, where there's a lot of teams above you that you know are there, it's crucial to block them off. Cole and I went over this. We were having a lot of launch pad problems, like when I lay the launches, I'm not protecting it, or when he lays them. Like, you'll see more later on. It wasn't just Cole here, but if there's a lot of teams above you like this, I think the best way to handle it is to place a ramp and low pad it instead. That way you're blocking that angle from above. Next game, I learned a lot from this mistake here. We get a really nice refresh on this guy. We needed to go for a refresh here, and this was the perfect one to go for. As soon as we get the kill, I go to branch a box so that we have room to move. Look very carefully at the zone. Notice how I branched directly horizontal to the zone. It wasn't towards the zone, it was sideways from it. This led us to get dropped down here, and the reason is because that team was rotating on the left side of zone. We were rotating on the middle of zone. There's probably another team on the right side of zone rotating, and because I rotated horizontal to the zone, we ran into their path and got dropped down. If I would have gone straight towards the zone, branched straight towards it after I got that kill, we would have been chilling here. It's a complicated mistake, but it's key. This here was just a really dumb mistake by me. I didn't block off our back when we were going for this refresh, even though I had just seen somebody die behind me. Really dumb mistake. On top of that, the team we were pushing here split. They went two opposite ways, and so we could have blocked the direction of one of those teammates and then gone for a 2v1 play against one of them, if that makes sense. One split right, one split left. We push the guy left, we're probably chilling. Just little attack notes to pay attention to. Next game was our last game of round 1, and we were completely trolling and literally just jumping in boxes laughing. So let's move on to round 2. After watching this first game with Cole, We figured out that we kind of panicked because of Surge. We were below Surge, getting hit by it. And so we made a play on this team, but if we would have just rotated past them, gotten around the edge of the mountain and looked down, we probably would have had a lot of free looks and would have gotten above Surge really easily. So lesson learned, if Surge is popping, don't force anything. Next game is a tough one, man. We were looking to take height this game. I get a fry on somebody on height while they're fighting, and so we rotate a little bit further ahead. We try to chop them out, but then we get fried by them. We learned that if we want to make a play on height, we need to get all the way to the front of zone and then look to spray them out. Because we were trying to spray them out from the back edge of zone, once they saw us, it put us in a really awkward position. From there, we were just trying to get back together, trying to get healthy again, but we just kept getting cut off and kept getting shot. What we needed to do when we were shambles on low ground like that is we need to get all the way in front of everybody, get to the front edge of zone, and then look to heal. I kept trying to heal on the back and it was not working. We stayed alive for a while, but we were very, very in trouble. We had to go for a refresh on somebody and I led this refresh down low, but I should have known it was pulling up a mountain. We can't go for a fight down there. There's gonna be a lot of players and we went down. We should probably look to rotate up the mountain and then look down, or just take peeks from above. Next game, we were completely cut off on our loot path. We had hardly anything. We were rotating all around the map, trying to find loot, trying to find anything. We went through all our shields, and then eventually we finally took this fight, but we were completely screwed because we had no health left. We had to take a fight earlier on. If you're cut off on your loot path, don't waste your time. Just go for a fight on somebody. Next game, we based up at Butter Barn to buy some launch pads, but we just did not secure it enough, and we got pinched by two different teams at the same time. All we had to do was branch out a little bit in brick and really build off our angles, and we would have been chilling here. Right here is a very, very important note. Whoever hits the launch pad first should be the one leading the launch pad. And it's simply because the person who hits the launch pad first is going to be the person to touch down on the ground first. So if the other person leads them somewhere else, then the person who hit the launch pad first isn't going to be able to follow. And that's exactly what happened here. We got split. Brody got pushed because we were split. He looked like a solo and we went down. Just so you guys know, I'm not trying to bash Rody. I made a lot of mistakes in this tourney too. I'd say we split the mistakes 50-50, you know what I mean? Rody and I went over all these mistakes together and talked about it, so we're chilling, don't worry. And not gonna lie, this video makes us look really bad because I'm literally only showing our mistakes, but you guys know, if you saw the main video on the main channel, we had some insane moments too. If you guys wanna see that and you haven't already, that's on my channel, JivanTV. Anyways, this game, we died on this rotate. We went down in the water and we were being chased from behind and it made it just super awkward. I think once we start getting psychoed like that, we either need to let that team pass us so that we can follow behind them, or be closer together, or full build it off, one of those options. That team behind us just made it so tough for us to rotate this. Next game was our dub that qualified us from round 2 to round 3. Let's go. One of our best games of the season. And then the last game, we knew we were qualified already. I led this rotate. I actually thought it was a really smart idea. I slid under this to get all the way to the dead side of zone, but there was a team camping in the back of their tarp, and they just insta-killed us. The only thing we can do differently there is block them off right away, but it was how do we know that they're going to be in the back of their tarp on back edge of zone rather than rotating to the front of their tarp? It was a tough one, but just building that off is the only thing we can do differently there. Now, heading into round 3, this first game, we got absolutely keyed on top of Fortress. We tried to cannon away, but by the time Cole cannoned away, there was no way for me to get out. So we decided that our only two options were to disengage before they push if we wanted to disengage, or simply try to jump one of them while they were building up on us because we both only had SMGs. We didn't have pumps. It's tough to win a fight with only SMGs without taking a 50-50. So if we just 50-50 together, it could have worked. Next game was just an awareness check on my part. I really thought I had a free sprint to this loot that was in the storm, but I got fried from angles, so blocked my angles, that's it. Next game, Cole went down from behind here, and it was really just a simple, we gotta block our back or position ourselves in a way that we're not pinched between two teams on low ground. Those are the two things we could have done differently there. Right here was one of the more devastating moments of the tourney. I got boxed by Playify. We were doing a sprint rotate across the zone, and as soon as I see somebody based up there, right next to our ramp, I should have just not gone up the ramp or fully piece controlled it while I went up it. If I placed the cone and floor there and then edit through it, I could have survived there, but I could have also just gone around the right rather than sprinting up that ramp because I knew it was gonna happen. The mistake I'm about to share is actually really, really useful. Cole came up with this. Notice how we launch padded right there. I don't know if you scouted around a little bit before that launch pad, but let's go back. There is nobody ahead of us. We could have sprint rotated this entire first moving until we get to the point where there's a lot of players in front of us, and then we use our launch pad. This would have helped us so much on our first moving because we would have launch padded straight into the next zone. Instead, we get in an awkward position, we drop down the mountain and we swim rotate, and then it pulls straight back up the mountain. If we would have launch padded later, we could have just launch padded straight on top of the mountain right away and we would have been chilling. But instead, we just got collapsed from all different angles while we were trying to go up the mountain here. It was really laggy and Cole went down. Next 2 games we died off spawn, and I'm not going to share them because there's not anything to learn. Next game, it was late in the game and we're getting absolutely W-keyed by these players. They were just frying us up and there was a mountain team frying us as well, so we were at a major disadvantage. There was no getting away from this fight either, we tried, which is actually what put us in an awkward position. Sometimes if somebody's clearly pushing you, you just need to turn around and fight back. And that's what I tried to do here. I got some good damage off. I shouldn't have taken damage myself. I set up a kind of bad peek, but I wasn't paying attention to my angles. I knew the mountain team was shooting me from behind. So putting myself between the mountain team and this team pushing us was the mistake there, because then there wasn't much I could do. I was being quad teamed, you know what I mean? So like I said, there'd be more pad mistakes in this video, and this one is on me 100%. I tried to hit the pad after Cole, that way I could easily follow his path. But if I'm going to do that, I need to build high walls so that I'm not getting fried from height. That's another mistake. If you're hitting a pad and you think there could even be a chance of people holding angles on you, build high walls while you hit the pad. Now the final game in this video, we are on high ground here. We need a refresh for ammo and materials. I was playing really passive because we were trying to clutch up as many points as possible, but if we want to win this game, I gotta go for refreshes on kids like this. I got this guy weak on back edge of zone. All I need to do is drop on his wall, pump him, dead. Sometimes when I'm playing on high ground, I try to play a little bit too passive. You know, we're trying to not get our height taken, but honestly, when we get to a certain point, we need refreshes. I just gotta drop down and go for something. Now, like I said, this is an entirely educational video. I hope it helps you guys out. But if you want to see the really good highlights, they're on my main channel, JivanTV. Before you click off this video, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, did you like this educational style video? Like, I almost think this could work. You know, I post the entertainment stuff on my main channel and build an audience around the gameplay, but then we have the educational stuff over here, the really technical stuff. I don't know, maybe it could work. I might go back to the old way where I would VOD review and have the entertainment stuff in one video. But if you guys really like this, it was definitely a lot more technical. Let me know down below. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Let's go! Oh my God.